Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday, guys. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Friday, guys. So, I want to talk to you all today about several signs that you can have a soul tie. Can, all caps can, not saying that it's the only way, or even if some of these signs have to be a soul tie. But before I start, I want to say really quickly to a young lady who sent me an email. I just want to, because my answer will be fairly short, I kind of just want to plug it in right here, but I'll be sure to tag this recording back in the email. You were basically referring to the community post I made yesterday in regards to free yourself because they will never like you, right? So if you guys hadn't seen that, I pretty much was just saying that free yourself. They will never like you because you're not the problem. They're the problem. And many times with the chosen ones, because again, we may have been rejected or maybe we didn't feel like we fit in. Sometimes that will develop a seed of people pleasing. To develop, I should say, a seed of people pleasing. And so here you are in your adult life, you're still trying to make people like you, right? Or do whatever you can to get people to see, hey, I'm not really what I look like. I'm really like this down to earth person, right? So whatever you see on me and you think like my life is just so perfect or whatever you see, I just want to prove to you like I'm so down to earth just like you. You will never, ever, ever make someone like you. You just don't have that ability because it's not you. They see the light on you, right? Also, many times these people have their own issues and they refuse to deal with their own issues and their own insecurities. So it's easier to deflect, right? And then make someone else's life or attempt to, I should say, miserable. So it's never about you, sis. They may never like you. And you're going to have to be okay with that. You're going to get to the point where you have to accept that. Because I know for myself how it was for me in the past was I was trying to understand it from a logical place. It's almost like, but me, Kizzy, right? In your case, you could never. Because we, as a chosen one, we don't even know what it means to like just not like someone just for no reason. Or because we think they may have one up on us, or we may think they're cuter, or like we just don't even have, that's not our mindset. Right? We want to take everybody's hand. We want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to be just one big family. So we assume because we could never do those things to individuals that they can never do it to us. But it's just not how it works. So you have to accept that. And you have to be okay with that. And when you get to that point where you truly understand that it's not you, you will feel the sense of peace. There will be this weight lifted off of you. And now you're going to shine more than ever because now you're not going to be sitting here and trying to sit down to dim your lights, hoping they would eventually just shine so they can leave you alone, right? You're not even going to care about any of that. You're going to shine on top of their heads with no issues at all. At all. Also, really quickly, you were saying that you're trying to get them to support you and like these are family or these are friends or these are people you know and you know you would support them. Transparent moment here. Transparent moment here. God didn't open some of the doors until I made a conscious decision to be obedient, to understand that they weren't my audience. See, we assume that the people we know, these can be people from school, from your town, your whatever, your family, you would support them because the chosen one, that's what we do. We support everybody, right? We want everybody to win. That's our mindset. And the most frustrating thing and the most thing that keep us tied in bondage is we are assuming everyone is like us. We're cut from a different cloth. We're different. So they're not supporting you because my God, I can tell you something. I can tell you the money I've spent trying to help people, trying to bless people to see the bigger picture, and they wouldn't even support free stuff. free stuff, right? So if that's happening to you and you're getting a lot of roadblocks in regards to you can't get that support from the people you know and the people you grew up with, God may be calling you to a whole different audience. That is where your support is going to be. Some of these people will not look like you. Some of these people will be complete stranger. Some of these people will have a calling to help you, and you may see it because of all the trauma you've been through. You may see it like these people just want something. And granted, now you do have those people too, but they're going to be people who genuinely God places in your path to just help you, assist you, pour into you, open doors for you, because it's not about you. It's about God's getting his will done. So if that's happening, ask God to lead you to your audience. Get out of your own mindset that they should do this because you would do that. Please free yourself from that. My God, I wish I had somebody to teach me that a long time ago. So that's my thoughts on that. All right. So really quickly to the soul ties. I have some things jot down. They're not in any particular order. Knowing me, I jot I jot things down, and before I know it, I'm speaking just spirit led, and then I either forget something or I don't add something in. But I'm going to try to stick to what I jot down. All right. Again, this does not mean that you have a soul tie. It's just something that's hit my spirit. All right. So first thing, I want to say that sometimes soul ties don't even start off as it doesn't start as a soul tie. It might be just some more random stuff you got going on, and that stuff develops, and before you know it, you're locked in your tie, right? So you may have met somebody, let's just say, I don't know, at the club, at the corner store, and you're just thinking, it's just going to be a little one night stand, a little whatever. And before you know it, months pass, even years, decades, and you're still tied up in the soul tie. Right? So it doesn't always start off as, this relationship and it grew into that and all this other stuff. Also, it's important too to understand that, listen, different people carry different kind of demons. Some people have more demons than others, right? So it's almost like you have to understand that your own demons, because we all have our own demons. Your demons and their demons is now being entangled, if you will. And this is why you can feel like you're going crazy. You can feel like you're losing your mind when you're tied up in a unhealthy soul tie, because it's like those demons are all manifesting at the same time. They're fighting with each other. They're talking in your head. You are carrying someone else's demon. These people can have so much demons that either they have pillow talk with you about, or maybe not, because they don't even realize they're carrying those kind of demons, right? So those demons are literally metastasizing, literally. Okay. You could, and again, these are not in any particular order. You can be having a conversation with someone, like you can maybe ask a friend or whoever opinions, or you're letting them know what you're going through in this situation, right? You say you want their opinion, I should say, but many times when it comes down to those soul ties like that, they have you so gone that really you think you want others' opinion, but really you just really want somebody to listen while you vent, because it's almost like someone can be giving you their opinion, like telling you, listen, this ain't even you, bro. This ain't you. Like this ain't even you. You're tripping right now, right? So they're trying to give you all this advice, and you are literally like a deer in headlights. It's almost like you're in this trance that you're not even hearing what they're saying, right? You're thinking about the person. You're tied up in whatever the situation is. Like people can't even get logical sense to you. I've spoke to someone just the other day, matter of fact. I spoke to someone face to face, and I was talking to him and giving him, the advice that he wanted. And I had to literally, I think, call his name and bring him back to my eyes at least 10 times in a matter of a 10-minute conversation. right? Like he'll be there one moment and then he'll just go off into this trance. It's almost like I have to, hey, and then he snaps. He snaps back like, oh yeah, you're right. So you're tied up in this trance. It's crazy, right? It's like a fog. Here's another thing. You can attempt to move on and you're like, listen, you're so gone. You don't even want anybody else, right? But you can tell yourself like you want to move on, and which is the wrong thing to do, right? Because you got to break that thing, then heal. But you can truly try to move on. Like you can call your girls like, listen, your dude got a friend, right? Can we do like a double date, a blind date? Or I'm going to go on this website, or like, if it's a guy, well, never mind. But it's like, you can really know in your mind that you need to move on. You try to move on and you just can't. You can be sitting at dinner with the individual, trying to move on, trying not to think about this person you have the soul tie with, and the person in front of you is literally non-existent. They're having a conversation with you. Your mind is completely on the other side of town, right? And it is so disrespectful to the person because they're now in a situation that they don't even know what's going on. In your mind, you're really trying to move on. You don't feel like you're doing anything wrong, but you can't be bringing people into that stuff until you are fully healed. So the way to get over a person is just not to keep, you got to heal first and then move on. So that person in front of you, I don't care how beautiful she is, how handsome she is, it does not matter. The person you have a soul tie with could look like a straight foot, right? But the person in front of you have way more to offer, way more. And you can't even see it. You're blind. You just want the foot. God. I don't know where the foot came from, but. Ooh, child. Okay. Next thing, you are thinking about this person non-stop. Now, granted, you think about people you love all the time and things like that, right? Especially when it's all new and all this, but in a very unhealthy way, right? It's obsessing. It's idolizing. You're at work, you're trying to do work, and you're just thinking about this person. You're thinking about what they're doing, what y'all did last night. And I mean, your work is slipping. You're not even performing like how you used to perform. And you don't even realize it. And people may be bringing it to your attention. And you're just kind of like, what are these people talking about? Like, my work is not slipping. Child, you can't get nothing done. You can't get nothing done. You are thinking about this person 24/7 in a very, very, very unhealthy way. Next thing. Again, when these little issues start to arise because things are now turning toxic and sour and you're arguing and this and that and all this other stuff, again, you can attempt to fall back. You can really mean in your mind, like, I'm done, right? You can literally say this 25 times in a matter of a minute. I'm done. Oh, I'm done. That's it. 5 minutes later, honey. 5 minutes later, your mind is right back thinking. You can then change. You can block their. Oh, I'm blocking you. I'm done. You block the number by 5 o'clock. That number is unblocked. You just you're gone. You're absolutely gone. And you know this is not normal because this is not you. You're the person who typically have game. You're the person who can just like, listen, it is what it is. Oh, you done? All right. See you next lifetime. Oh, you done? To the left, because listen, about 50 of them waiting, right? You're that person. But with this person, you can't even understand how are you putting up with this nonsense from a person when you got 50,000 others waiting. So you can't even fall back. You're craving this person. Craving. Really, your demons are craving each other more than anything. You don't even realize it, right? Back to what I was saying just now, right? I have this jot down too, meaning this this person is not even somebody of your caliber, right? You don't have way better. This person is not even someone of your caliber. So you're questioning, like, how in the world am I letting this dusty, that's not my word, that's y'all word, this dusty or this mud duck, right? That's y'all word, mud duck or whatever, this chicken. This is a chicken. This is a chicken. I'm used to eagles. But this chicken got me caught all the way up. I don't understand this nonsense. It doesn't make logical sense. Like the gentleman who I was telling you guys about in the last recording or the recording prior, when we were having this conversation and I was trying to help him and he was telling me certain things, it just didn't make sense. This man is very successful. This man respectfully is very handsome. And I'm not saying looks have anything to do with it. I'm not the look girl. I'm going to be honest. I'm just not the look girl. But he's successful. He's handsome. He's charming. And from my understanding, like he had, like, I think women just at his beck and call at some point. But the chick he developed the soul tie with, I'm trying to say this without being, she's a chicken, period. She's a chicken, like literally. So as I'm speaking to him, I'm like, the things you're telling me, the pictures you're showing me about this, like the way she moved, right? No man of any character or any substance would deal with this type of female. I mean, cute girl, granted, physically wise, yeah, okay, yeah, but that would be it. This is a mature guy who's successful, who knows God, just caught up in some crazy stuff right now, who knows God, who's attractive, and pretty much can pull probably maybe, not everybody, but the average chick. And you're caught up over here with literally a chicken. Make it make sense. I said that. He's like, Kizzy, I can't. I cannot make it make sense. The things I can tell you about this girl, I don't even think the average Dusty would deal with her. But I can't leave this chick alone. Got the soul tie. It doesn't even make sense in the natural mind. This is somebody you would never even give the time of day to, who got you so caught up that you can't even work. Got the soul tie. Yeah, that just kind of parallels to what I was about to say. Here, now I'm going to try to keep this, I know I got some churchy, holy folks here. Right? So I'm trying to keep this, but we're all adults here, but I'm still trying to keep it, I'm going to just say, it's probably going to be some of the best sex you ever had. And the sex itself, if you could separate the soul tie, the sex itself may not even be all that good. But because it's a soul tie, because those spirits are entangled, now it's way beyond the flesh. That sex can have you in a trance. Because really that's what it is. You're in a spiritual demonic trance. But if you take away that soul tie, it will probably be the wackest of the whack. But it's the best of the best because you have that soul tie. And I mean, and it could be great, but I'm speaking in general, right? Different perspectives here. Let me move on. This person can disrespect you. You may be the person who never takes disrespect, right? You can be the person who don't even play that nonsense. But this person is disrespecting you. They're lying to you right in your face. They're making up all kind of lies, and you're just like, yeah, you're mad. You're probably talking crap, but you're right back to just answering the phone. You're right back to opening the door. You're right back to just whatever. And you know this person is lying to you. You know they're disrespecting you. And you can cry. You can make a fool of yourself. By the time they call that phone with another crazy lie, you believe that lie, and then they're right back in the house. Can't even leave them alone if you wanted to. You will take any excuse. You will take any excuse, right? Like, I'm the person, like, personally, if you really, really want to get me upset, make up a crazy lie, right? If you're going to lie to me, right? But if you're going to lie to me, please take about 3 days to concoct this lie so it can make some logical sense. Because if you're telling me a lie just off the, like, I really then feel like you're double disrespecting me, because you already know, like, I got a little bit of common sense here. So please take some time to kind of like paint this lie out before you open your mouth to me. But with these soul ties, this person, you talking, what's that phrase, that cliche? Don't piss on my, first of all, I don't know. I keep telling you because I'm really corny. Like the craziest joke, I will laugh for 3 days. I'm really corny. I heard someone say this last year, and I'm sure it's an old cliche, but I promise you, they had to pry me off of the floor, because I was on that floor laughing, and no one could never understand, like, why is that so funny? The cliche, don't piss on my boots and tell me it's raining. Oh my goodness. I don't know why that tickles me so much, right? But okay, don't piss on my boots and tell me it's raining. But this fool going to this fool gonna tell you it's raining, it's snowing, it's sleeting, it's hailing, it's everything. And this person can be in your face, eye to eye, with a bold-faced lie, and you got the evidence in your hand. And here we go again. I'm done. Don't call me. You're blocked. Goodbye. I'm gone. 5 minutes later, unblock. Now you're having this conversation because you want to hear them explain the lie. Now you're the fool when you're the person who called everybody else the fool for being caught up and gone. Everybody played the fool at least one time, right? I think that's a song. Next thing, I said that earlier. It's just not even you. It's just not you. It ain't even you. That's not you. Your friends, everybody looking at you like, who are you? And you're trying to play all hard, like, no, man, let's go to the club. I'm about to meet me another bad chick. I'm thinking about that girl. Now you're doing all this to impress your peoples, right? Trying to make it seem like you're not thinking about this person. Y'all out trying to turn up, and your mind is on the other side of town, honey. When things start to get really, really sour, it's like this person is going to start ghosting you. It's almost like, you guys were supposed to meet up. They're not going to show. They're not going to, like, answer the phone. 2 days pass by. You finally get in touch with them, and they got a whole charade for you on why they disappeared for 2 days. I mean, a whole charade on why they disappeared for 2 days. And you, the person who would have blocked your number and moved to a whole completely house so they can never find you again after pulling that mess, you're having a conversation with someone who's ghosted you for 2 days. And you may have blocked them for 2 hours because you're pissed. Now they're popping up at your job trying to explain. And before you know it, the saga continues. That ain't it. That's how you know you have a soul tie. How could you know in your mind that someone's disrespecting you? How can you know in your mind that I don't even like this person anymore? How can you know all this stuff in your logical mind, but your spirit can't leave this person? Personally, I feel with the soul tie, you yourself have to get to a point when your soul is tired. There's no fight in you. Like, even if you wanted to fight for it, there's nothing in you. You're so depleted. I think you got to get to a point where you're just, first of all, you have to invite God in there first and foremost, right? But you got to get to a place where you just, I mean, I'm trying to think of the word, like when a fighter, like a boxer, whatever, like at the end, they just fall out. Like, you got to get to that place, because as long as you got some type of energy and fight within that flesh, you're going to just keep on and keep on and keep on. And this is why people can be talking to you. Your friends probably tired of hearing about the nonsense. Your friends, they may not tell you that, right? But they're probably tired of hearing about the nonsense, because it's over and over and over. And again, you're in this trance. So stop asking for opinions, because you already know what it is, right? Instead, ask for prayers, and then invite God in and say, Lord, listen. Listen. Woo! Please forgive me. I repent. I don't even know how I got here, but I can't do this. I can't do this by myself. I repent. I told you guys that happened the other day when the guy was here. Like, he literally dropped on his knees. Like, I repent. I repent. I like, listen, you got to repent, because you sitting here asking me to do this and pray. Did you repent, sir? Did you repent for cheating on your wife and getting a whole soul tie? Did you repent? It's not even funny, but he literally just dropped to his knees. I mean, hands stretched out. And he said, God, I repent. So that's the first step. You got to repent first, right? You got to repent. Then ask God to step in. Now, again, right? However God tells you to move, that's between you and God, because everybody's different. Some people say, again, they had to fast. You know, they fast against food. Some people had to relocate. Some had to just go cold turkey. I've heard different things. For me, the one soul tie I had, literally fasting from food just made me more hungry. I still was crazy in the soul tie, right? I had to fast against the person. I had to fast against the person. And when you start doing that, and this is what I was telling him as well, when you start fasting against the person, it's almost like the person is going to really amp their game up, because either they feel I think their demons feel your demons pulling away. So now they become more persistent about keeping you around. They're going to do everything now. They're going to pull all the, everything, all the stuff at the woodworks, things that you were asking for during the entire situationship, relationship, whatever that foolishness was everything you was asking for then and they didn't do, they're now going to do it, because now they feel you're pulling away. But you are going to be in the fight of your life by making sure you stay committed to what God has told you. So this has to be an intentional decision, because your flesh is just not strong enough. Soul ties, in my opinion, have to be broken in the spirit. There's just no way. And within that spirit, once you repent and you truly mean that, and you're not going back the next day and all this other foolishness, right? You're going to have to stay obedient to whatever God is asking you to do. And let me tell you something, honey. Go ahead and get your edge growth oil. Guys, get your whatever y'all use, because let me tell you something. God's going to be having you do some things that you just don't want to do, but you're going to have to do it in order to break the soul tie. That means changing numbers. That means potentially moving. That means, listen, you got yourself in this nonsense, right? So you got to do what you got to do, right? But please, guys, please, whatever you do, if you have a unhealthy, toxic soul tie and you know that thing is not from God, and you already dug yourself in this hole during these times right here, like, I'm just saying. So I hope this helps, but just ultimately, you just can't leave them alone. Flesh is just not strong enough to do it. You cannot leave them alone. Period. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.